Well, hey kiddos, how we doing today? How's everybody out there in YouTube land, huh? Can you guys see and hear me okay? Can everybody hear? Hold on, I'm setting the chat up so I can see what the chat says. Hey, Mikkel, how are you? Hey, Second Chance, how you doing? Are you guys able to see and hear me okay? Lily, quiet. If so, let me know, because I'd like to know that you're able to see and hear me. Lily. I'm going to let you out, but if you misbehave, you're going right back in there. Hey, Smokin', how you doing? Hey, Captain Jack. Hey, Akula, how are you doing? Hey, Mikkel, what does it say? Can hear and not see you. You can hear and you not see you. You can't see me. Huh. Lily, quiet. If you can't see me, then you need to refresh your screen, and you should be able to see me then. Other than that, I don't know what else I could tell you. Hey, Carrie, sit. She's a little wound up today. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Hello, Marco, Gavin. Sit. Mike, you can hear me? Okay, good deal. Hey, Rocco from Philly. All right. Hey, Mike Elwood. There you are. Give your dog a bone. Done did. Maybe that's what she was jumping about. She knew I had it ready to give to her, and she was just wanting it now. Hey, Weigold, how you doing? Hey, soon to be sailing PNA. Hello, how are you? You must be new. I don't recognize the name soon to be sailing P&A. Are you guys a new YouTube channel? If so, give yourself a shout out here. That's absolutely fine on my channel. Hello, Christine. How you doing? Hello, Sorrenti. What's going on, man? How you doing? As usual, we're going to give it a few minutes, let people wander in. I did notice that the announcement just went out a second ago that I was doing the live stream, so we'll give some folks a minute to get in, and then we'll kind of get into things. Hey, Home Place, how you doing? Kenneth Thomas, hello. Terry Southard, how you doing? Great to see all you guys here. Uncle Fester. There's a great name. Uncle Fester. Austin, what's up, man? I'm glad to see all you guys coming in. We have a lot on the agenda for today, so I want to get into things here pretty quickly, but I still want to give it a couple minutes and let people just, you know, get in and get settled and get their beer or drink or whatever they're drinking. So, hey, Carrie. Hello, Captain Who. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, please do, guys. If you would, please give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. If you are considering donating to the cause, I'm going to ask you, in lieu of doing the super chat, to hit the GoFundMe account. Much better return on the investment, and I'm trying to pull my money together so I can get the hell out of Alaska and get down to Florida so I can start sailing. So that's the most important goal right now, is trying to get travel funds and money put together so I can head out of here. So can you set the announcement goes out sooner? Akula, I have no control over that announcement. I actually posted that 9 o'clock this morning, and it just went out now. So unfortunately, no, I cannot. I have no ability to control that I'm aware of. Maybe I do. I'm not aware of it, but I'm not aware of any ability to control that. And I've looked all over the YouTube creators, you know, controls area and settings, and I don't see any ability to control that. So, did you sell your home? No, Carrie, I have not sold my home, my farm up here in Alaska. No, have not done that yet. In fact, that's something we're going to talk a little bit about today. Very little about, but we've got a lot of other things that are much more interesting and more fun to talk about than my real estate failures. So, just asking, last week was 30 minutes late. Yeah, I know. They didn't put the announcement out until 30 minutes after the live stream started. I don't understand what's going on with YouTube It's just, I don't know. It's just something in the way they have it set up. So it's just the way it happens. I have no ability to control that whatsoever. So, hey, Kelly Banks. How you doing, sir? Hey, Dave. I'm going to put you in the crate if you don't behave yourself. Quit pushing on my hand. I'm doing a live stream right now. I'm not playing with you. I'm starting to talk to people. Yeah, obviously I'm communicating with you guys, and she gets excited because she thinks I'm talking to her. So it's confusing for her feeble little Labrador brain. Yes, it is. Sorry. Anyhow. Yeah, YouTube notification. Kennel. You can be in there and whine for a little bit. Sorry, guys. YouTube notifications are terrible and unreliable. Yes, they are. Yes, they absolutely are. All right, so we kind of get some people in here. We're almost there. I got 50 people watching. So why don't I go ahead and jump into this, and we'll see how this goes. First of all, I'm going to start out with my shout out for the day. If you are a YouTube channel, preferably sailing, scuba diving, you know, that kind of thing, whether you are or not, if you're a YouTube channel, now's the time for you to put into the comments, hey, I make videos, please like and subscribe my channel if you want. So this is the time for you guys to jump in and take that advantage right now. So, what temp is it? 45 megs. Y-Gold, it is 45 right now. It was 18 degrees this morning. Yes, 18 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. So, hey, Andrew, how's things in Melbourne? Kim says hello. Well, Kelly, tell Kim I said hey. And if Megan's there, tell her I said hey, too. Kelly is in the house. There you go. We're trying see Sailing Dijon. There you go, guys. Sailing Dijon. There's a YouTube channel for you. Go check out Sailing Dijon, their sailing channel. So go ahead and subscribe to them. Please like and sub, please. Maniac's Grammy's Homestead. There's a homesteading channel. Maniac Grammy does homesteading and that kind of stuff. So farming kind of stuff. Kind of interesting. Nice and sunny spring morning. Thanks, Grandpa. You know, Andrew, it's a nice sunny morning out here, too. But it's cold. So, or at least it was. It's warmed up a little bit since then. But anyhow, my shout out today, which is for a somewhat related subject, but not sailing. It's for Bart's Fish Tales, T-A-L-E-S. Bart, B-A-R-T-S, Bart's Fish Tales. He's a YouTuber, and he does a show where he teaches people how to cook fish. He does a whole bunch of fish recipes. So if you're into sailing and into the sailing genre, it makes sense to be able to watch and learn how to cook some of this wonderful protein that you guys are all sailing over the top of. So you might want to check that out. So Home Place Journal says she's going to start posting videos to her blog. Very good. Dave says, check out my channel. There you go. Has some older fishing outdoor videos and a new series, which has just started, of me refitting a trailer sailboat here in Ireland. Well, Dave, I hope you are keeping your head down, because one of the things on my list today, during an earlier live stream with Carl and Jenny Sailing, I asked them what their plans were for Ophelia. And they didn't have a clue. They didn't even know. So here's the weird thing. There's a hurricane out in the middle of the Atlantic called Ophelia. And instead of going from Africa to America, which is the way 999,999 hurricanes go, this one decided to go up and hit Great Britain and Ireland instead. So tomorrow, actually they're going to start getting rain now. But tomorrow they have a Category 1 hurricane that's supposed to go right up through the English Channel and in those waters right between Great Britain and Ireland. So, and from what I could see on the internet, it's 400 miles across Category 1 hurricane. That means all of England is going to be high winds and rain and storm situations. So, Dave, you guys in Ireland, those guys up there, you better keep your heads down, because you guys are going to be hit with Ophelia. They're saying it's the worst storm to hit Great Britain in the last 60 years. And yeah, it was something, and it was the first time that a hurricane has come out and turned and gone north up into that area since like 1862 or some, you know, ridiculous figure like that. It was a real long time ago. So, and they're saying that there's another storm that's forming out in the North Atlantic that's going to come and hit Great Britain about a week later. And at that time, they think it's going to be about 1,000 miles across and also be Category 2, possibility of a Category 2. So you're going to get hit with a big storm this weekend, and you're going to be hit again with another big storm next weekend up in Great Britain and Ireland. So you guys need to keep your head down. It's going to get nasty up there. So is Jesus coming? Maybe not, but it might be time to think about building an ark. So, just subscribe. I will check it out. There you go, Andrew. Check out Dave's channel. Ireland is closed tomorrow. Bus service, schools, hospitals, posts, everything. Wow. That's probably a good idea. Hey, Tomer, Levi, how are you doing? And I don't know if it's Levi or Levy. I don't know how you prefer that pronounced. But Cornwall, UK was hit by one in 1979. Wow. 79. I graduated high school in 1976. I was in college in 79. That was a long time ago. That was many, many beers ago. Okay, next thing on my agenda. T-shirt artwork. A lot of people have asked me about getting Grandpa's Farms T-shirts and stuff made up. As many of you guys know, I'm having economic difficulties at the moment. So what I'm looking for is, I'm putting it out there to you guys. If any of you guys have talent in that area and can draw or sketch up, what I would like is a t-shirt of a sailboat with a bunch of farm animals on it. Grandpa's farm goes sailing. So, you know, a chicken and a duck and a pig and a cow and a horse and those kinds of things. Maybe something fun like a goat and a mule. And anyhow, if any of you guys have talent with doing that kind of artwork, I've got people lined up that'll do an online store for me, and they'll print it up on all kinds of stuff. I just need someone to put together the artwork for that. So I'm putting it out there. If anybody here has talent and would like to draw that up and submit it, I would really appreciate it. And we'll try to figure out some way of making it worth your while. So, typo, 1989, there was right after. Okay. Grandpa, our houses are made of stone, not sticks. And our westerly yachts are about 3 foot thick. I hope so, Second Chance. They're all right, Grandpas. Okay. They're all right. Okay. Red weather warning across the Isle of Ireland. I spent the day tidying up and strapped everything down I could. Good deal. Caption, who, thanks for subscribing. Captain Who, thanks for subscribing. More to come. There you go, Captain Who. Character style. I'm open. I don't really have a particular character style. You know, whatever looks good. Isn't that like Noah's Ark? Yeah, that's what I was referring to, Carolyn. Maybe it might be time to build a big boat for all the animals 2x2. Cool idea. Thank you. 50-foot waves currently off south coast of Ireland. Yeah, you know, that 50-foot wave rolling up on the Irish coast will take out a lot of villages. Hey, Johanna, how you doing? You should get in touch with Bella. Johanna, I haven't spoken to Bella since our wedding, I think. That was, what, 40 years ago, so I don't know. I guess, maybe. I don't have money to pay someone for it, so. Was going to spend the night on our yacht Monday, be like a Disneyland ride. Yeah, that just might be. Are you coming to Nova Scotia? Kerry, I'm sorry, I saw that you mentioned that before and I didn't catch it the first time. I don't know. I'm not really into cold weather sailing, but I'm not going to say never. I kind of like the idea of going up and sailing Ireland and England, and if I'm going to go that far, it wouldn't hurt to, if I'm up north, then I might. I'm also thinking that I might go up the East Coast. If I'm in the Caribbean, I'll go up the East Coast, visit my family in New York, up to the coast of Maine before I cross over the North Atlantic to go to England. And at that time, it'd be a good time to stop in at Nova Scotia. So, I don't know, but I won't say I'm not going to be there. Hey, Chuck, good to see you, too. but yours would be a sailboat. Mine would be a sailboat, yes. I'm not into power boating anymore. I want a sailboat. How large do you want the drawing? You know, home place about the size that you would put on the back of a t-shirt. So I think they can scale it up and down because they're going to be printing it on everything from coffee cups to t-shirts or whatever. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe what I should do, if you're interested, home place, I will find out from the printing people what their specs are and get that to you. And that would be awesome if you could put something together because you're really good at that. I know you are. So, hey, Smeggy. Ali. Okay. I don't know what all that means. Caro Glenn Sa. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Crewing opportunities. I've had a lot of people high res at 44, then it can scale a little bigger without losing res. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Whole Shot. Thinking about going to Panama after the Keys. What do you think? I think Panama is often, but you know, if you're going to sail, you might as well go down through all the islands and then head over. Turkish. Okay. Hello, Ali. We don't speak Turkish, so. Hey, Captain Who, it's hard to size up an image with high quality. It's easy to downsize, so make it large and 300 DPI. All right, well, these guys are giving you all the information you need, home place. If smaller, it would have less detail. Larger would have more detail. Okay. Well, it sounds like you guys know a whole lot more about this stuff than I certainly did. So whatever you guys think is right, let's just let you guys make the... I think I got dog hair in my nose. Let you guys figure out what you want to do with that. So anyhow, crewing opportunities. I have had a whole bunch of people ask if they can crew on the boat or come join me on the boat. And I'm going to probably need a few people. Donna is not going to be sailing with me. I wish her all the best, but Donna will not be sailing with me while I'm out. I have had a few people that are people I would like to have on board, scientists and other YouTubers and that kind of thing. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this. If you want to jump in, if you want to crew, if you want to check out the opportunity to crew on my boat, and when you crew on my boat, I'm not expecting you to pay anything. I'm saying if you want to come spend a week on the boat or whatever, or jump on when I go from point A to point B, then I'm just going to ask you to participate in one of my, you know, either the Patreon or my GoFundMe. Those people that are contributors to Patreon and GoFundMe are going to have first shot at crewing opportunities as they pop up. So, Tom Prunk, I would like to know. You would like to know what? Check out a yacht called Holy Cow. The white yacht is painted like a Frisian cow. That's cool. What is it that you want, Tom Prunk? I would like to know. Are you referring to the t-shirts, Tom Prunk? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Is what I would want. Hi, Carl. I haven't put pencil to paper in many years, but I've attended the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. I'll give a t-shirt design a shot for you. Hey, Paulie D, that'd be awesome, man. Sure. Hey, Carla. Yeah, there you go. Sorry I'm showing up late. Whole shot. All the family. Hello, everybody. There you go. There's Maui Lay. Old Maui Lay. This dirty dog, he's on a sailboat on the East Coast. Really nice sailboat on the East Coast he's fixing up. He's a dirty dog. Soon Alaska, no boat yet. Awkward. Always more fun to have a lady on board. Yes, yes, and yes. And yes. I mean, Carl, sorry for the talk to text. Oh, I see. Okay, Miley, no problem. And I don't care. People tease me with Carla all the time. It really doesn't bother me. I'm not that thin-skinned, so. Okay, the name of this... Oh, one more thing I wanted to go over before I get into my main story. There was a record announcement. There was an announcement made by the Annapolis Boat Show. I posted it onto my Facebook page. And they're saying that boat show attendance was way up this year. In fact, it was 21.5% over last year. and has exceeded attendance levels of all of their shows except for 1988, which for some reason that was a really big show. But they're saying that there was a huge increase in attendance at the boat show. And I'm saying that's not at all surprising to me. I think the number of YouTube channels that are putting out selling content on YouTube are making a huge inroad in inspiring people to get into sailing and to go sailing. They were specifically talking in the article, I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you go to a boat show, there's a number of organizations that work within the boat shows that do things like they take you out sailing for an hour, or they give you an opportunity to get behind the wheel of a sailboat while they're out sailing for a little bit. They have a few operators there at the boat show. You can jump on the boat. They take you out for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, hour, whatever it is, and you get an opportunity to experience sailing. They were saying that they had a record number of new sailors, people that have never sailed before, jump on those boats and go out and do that, more than they've ever had at any one of their boat shows. Now, the Annapolis Boat Show people are the same people that do some of the other major boat shows around the world, like, you know, the Chicago show and the Seattle show and the Los Angeles show. And so they put on I think New York as well, like they do one, and then they do the Miami show. So they're blown away by this added interest. And I think all of that interest has been the product of all of these YouTube creators creating sailing content, expanding and building this. I really do think that a lot of those people that are doing the sailing shows are driving this increased interest into the sport, and that's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. But it's also, and I got to say this, I really think the advertisers and the show organizers have got to come to the conclusion and wrap their brains around the fact that all these YouTube creators are the ones that are kind of driving that traffic to them, and they ought to start thinking about and learning about how they can get involved in that from a marketing standpoint, from an advertising standpoint. You know, because if you're, you know, if you're a boat manufacturer, if you're, you know, Harkin or Doyle Sails, or, you know, any one of these companies that sell Manson, I know Manson Anchors is really getting actively involved with a lot of selling cruising people. High Point dinghies, Highfield dinghies is really getting involved with a lot of the YouTube creators and helping them out. As more and more of those advertisers figure out which side of the bread the butter's on, I think you're going to see a lot more funds being invested into the sailing cruising genre, which is exciting for everybody. So, all right, let me catch up on some stuff. Thanks for subscribing, Andrew Keir. There you go. Hey, Don B., how are you doing? Tracy McKern, it's also a cheaper apartment ideas too. Yes, it certainly does make for a cost-effective living situation, and an interesting one. Hey, Austin, how you doing? Home place. Carl, do you want just black and white line drawing or full partial color? Depends on you budget for printer. I don't know. Home place, I'm going to be using a printing service that's going to take that design and just make it available on a number of different products that they put together. Let's just start out with black and white line drawings, and maybe we can do full color at some point down the road, I guess. I don't know. That seems to make sense. So, sailing Dutchman and the price of fuel. So you think the price of fuel is driving people from the power boating into the sailboating? I hope that's not the case, because those aren't what I would consider to be quality people coming into the sport. No offense, but a lot of the people that are power boaters don't like to invest the time, effort, and energy to really learn sailing and the coal regs and the rules of the road and that kind of stuff. So, you know, we don't need any more credit card captains out there. We need people that are investing the time and effort into what they're supposed to be doing. So, I was at Annapolis Thursday and Saturday. Totally agree with you. Dealers, brokers, etc. still not adjusting to the culture change. Overheard a lot of sly remarks from the old and salty. Yeah, Doug, there is a changing of the guard. And in that change, as with all change, there's resistance to it. They'll get there. It may take a while, and they'll come kicking and screaming, but they'll get there. Pop, I struggled this week with my desire to help Puerto Rico. I don't trust the Red Cross. I put a box together to help by sending it to Alberto. What's the best way to help? You know, whole shot, hey, Michael P., that's exactly the way to do it. Guys, I don't trust any of these Red Cross organizations or these organized help groups like that. I think a lot of them, as we know from Red Cross, they're really payroll heavy and very little of your actual money gets to do what it should do. One of the unique things, one of the real assets that we have today is social media, because social media allows you to contact people directly. I've got Dave Zyrie on here, Dave from Ireland. I've got people on here from England, from Ireland, there's people down in the Caribbean watching now, people in Florida, people in Mexico, people in Australia and New Zealand. There's people from all over the world right now watching my YouTube channel. And so what I'd say is, if you're wanting to donate, if there's a problem someplace and you want to help out that place, use social media to reach out and find people in that area. It's a very small investment in your time. Find out who they are, what they need, and address that directly. That is such a superior system than trying to send money to the Red Cross and who knows where it may end up being. And this way you can find out exactly what they need, giving them the best bang for your buck. So, yes, sailing, and I'm going to scoot back up here a second, hold on. Sailing Dutchman, which is a new YouTube channel. Much fewer smaller racer and racer cruisers this year. More cruising boats, I think, than cruiser people now. I think there's more cruising people, not racers so much. When people are looking for an affordable way to travel, sailing uses less fuel than power boats. And Dutchman, that's what got me involved in sailing as a real interest. I've always wanted to travel around the world, and a sailboat is the most cost-effective and most ecologically sound way to do that. So that was my motivation. I see it as a tool to get me around cheaply. I thought it was very interesting how You Wanna Be Gal Pals blasted you on GoFundMe, showed her true colors. Yeah, Jim, I don't want to go into any of the details about that. Suffice it to say, Donna's not going to be going sailing and cruising with me. I don't understand what her motivation was, but communications broke down, and I told her she's not going to be going with me. So who knows what happened from that point on. She clearly didn't have a good understanding of what I was trying to do. Again, communications broke down. She didn't understand, and so she reacted poorly, and maybe I reacted poorly, but she's not going to be going with me. So that's going to be the end of that. I wish her all the best, and we'll move on. I thought it was very interesting. Oh, no, okay. Line drawing would be best, as it can be black line on various colors or white line. Yeah, there you go. Dave, I agree. Okay. The economy is strong. People buying a boat at boat shows. Need some bucks. I don't know that the economy is all that strong. I still hear about a lot of people struggling, but, you know, maybe. Sailing Doodles has a contact with a local in Puerto Rico. Yeah, he does. Alberto, P-U-R-Y, and Alberto in Puerto Rico are a good contact if you want to help out in Puerto Rico. Yep. Red Cross only uses 20% of the donations. The rest, yeah, administrative cost, right? North Cacklesea? Hey, Mike, I don't know what that means. North Cacklesea. Mike Smith, have you seen the mega yacht Black Pearl? Energy neutral with solar covered sails. Classy. I've not seen that, Mike. I'll have to look for it. Yeah, I agree. I hate it when strangers ask me for donations because I never know where the money is really going. I can understand that, Pact, and that's going to be the last subject I'm going to get to in my live chat and my main topic today. I've shipped in to help Puerto Rico through Alberto. The downside is the cost of shipping. If anyone knows a cheap way to get their packages there, yeah, the shipping is always going to be an issue, and no matter what, I mean, somehow it's got to get there, and that's going to require the consumption of fossil fuels or whatever, and so that's going to cost money. So, our hospital ship had a spa day last week, only 8 patients. Oh wow, that's it. I think at this point Puerto Rico's getting pretty much back on their feet, though. I think at this point we should be looking at some of the other islands in the Caribbean that got hurt worse than Puerto Rico did. I mean, Puerto Rico is an American territory, and so we like to take care of our own. But Barbuda and some of the other countries out there really got hit a lot worse than they did. So, in fact, I did a fishing video this week, you know, to raise awareness a little bit about Anegada, which is where I went fly fishing on that video, and they got hit pretty hard. So, okay, before you diss the American Red Cross completely, just realize they cannot be everywhere, and they are the primary guardians and supplier of the nation's blood supply, as well as other services. Okay, Doug. Well, I'm glad of that. Captain Jack, you take care. We'll see you later. North Kalaki is what some folks... Oh, North Carolina. I see, Mike. Okay. Sorry about that. From someone overseas, like here in Australia, the shipping costs would be prohibitive. Yes, they would. Yes, they would, Andrew. Poor countries have the massive wealth of the USA behind them. No, they don't. And for that matter, Puerto Rico didn't really have the massive wealth of the U.S. behind them as much as it should have had. Grandpa watched Wicked Salty Hard Times Dealing with Their Sunken Boat. Yes, I watched their video today. It was gut-wrenching. Bit of water, dry it out, and get sailing. We have more water in our bilge most days. Yeah, well, they pretty much got their engine get underwater, and I don't know if their boat really should have been scratched or not. I understand why they would move on. In this case, they had insurance, and so they could afford to. I think if they didn't have insurance, they would have, you know, cleaned up their boat and fixed it up and gone on. Would it have been a maintenance issue in the long haul? Yes. Electrical contacts, wire decay, a number of things would be slowly breaking down as a result of the salt exposure, including all the woodwork inside the sailboat. But still, any way you look at it, it was really sad. So some cruisers could take some of that stuff with them on their way to those spots. Yes, Tracy, a lot of them will be. Now the hurricane season's over, I am aware of a lot of sailboats that are stocking up on stuff and hauling it down to the Caribbean. A lot of them. In fact, there's some organized efforts going on. I'll try to... There's one guy in particular who lives on a sailboat, and he usually is in around St. Martin or, you know, the Lourdes. I'll have to check. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I can picture the guy's picture in my mind, and I've read about him a number of times and seen the stuff that he's doing. I'll have to pull that up, and maybe I'll have it for a future live stream. So, from Canada shipping a small shoe box, the cost is between $100 to $175. Wow, that's pretty bad. Pat Mac says, was Wicked Salty the one who had some kind of a through-hull issue? Actually, Pat Mac, I don't know if they've determined what the cause of the leak was. I think they suspected it was a through-hull, but I don't know if they actually figured that out or not. I've not heard conclusively one way or the other. I got enough tools on my boat to help build the house. Yeah, see, Maui Lay's going to head down there, and he's going to help out. Selling Out Rubio's was talking about that at the boat show. Cool. Hey, Mike, no problem. 20 cents on the dollar, bad investment. Blood, great investment. Yep, I agree. Tomby, it was 80 from Southern Cal, but it's a big box. Okay. Rick Moore. No, Rick is not who I'm talking about. No. Lesson learned from Wicked Salty, close your through holes. Always close your through holes. You know, on my boat, even if I, you know, was going to go out and get dinner or something, I would go around and lock everything down. I don't open a through hole unless I need it. That's the rule I always go by. So, what are the customs laws about pleasure craft? Oh, it scooted up. I missed it. What are the laws, customs laws about pleasure craft taking reef supplies to a Caribbean island? Actually, you got to be careful about that, Captain Who. Some of the islands have issues with it. So, they want to tax you on it or some such nonsense, especially if you're just passing through. Everyone that wants to get involved in sailing deserves a chance without discrimination. There is a channel called Sailor James. Some may judge him negatively by the way he looks. That's their loss. Sailor James. You're the second person that's mentioned him. I will look up Sailor James. So, Buy things on Amazon and drop ship them. There's an idea, Biker Coyote. Yep, that's a good idea. Buy things on Amazon and drop ship them to an address in Puerto Rico. That's an excellent idea. Wes did say on today's video that it wouldn't have happened if the through hole was closed. Okay, I missed that on the video today, Don. I guess I didn't hear that. A hose came off a through hole. Yep, you gotta watch that, guys. Pat Mac says, oh yeah, I heard some older gentlemen who worked at the marina thought it was a through hole issue. I don't know what exactly a through hole is even. Okay, a through hole, I don't have one here with me, obviously, but a through hole is a flange that goes through the hull of the boat. You drill a hole through the boat in order to get water in and out or what have you. So it's a flange that mounts on it. It has a valve on it. There's a number of different types. Some are just like a little plastic thing that sticks through. You don't want those. Some are higher grade plastic. Those may be a little bit better, but they're still not good. Solid bronze are the ones you want. And you want one that does not have a ball valve built into it, but one that threads onto it, so it's interchangeable because they freeze up a lot. And then you've got to put your hose on that and double clamp. Always double clamp those hose connections on those through holes. So that's what a through hole is. It's actually a hole through the hull that you use to get water, either to put water into your water maker, to feed water into your engine for cooling, or to use water for doing dishes. There's a number of reasons why, to flush your toilet. There's a number of ways you use salt water inside of a boat. So some people are donating damaged boats for temporary housing. That might be an idea. Don't ask, don't tell on supplies. Always a good idea. Yep. Through holes also stick. You need to exercise them. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yep, don't let them just sit. You got to get on your boat and crack them back and forth on a regular basis. I received a GoFundMe email yesterday referencing critical comments from Donna Rice. I take it she no longer has any interest in traveling with you. Boat Drinks Donna and I, Donna's not going to be sailing with me, so. Huh. And I guess Donna is here on a different identity. I wasn't aware that she had more than one, but I guess so. No, Donna's not going to be going with me. Carl, I miss your videos. Where you do things around your property. Sorry, PC guy. Right now, the only thing I've been doing around my property is cleaning it up and getting ready to get the hell out of here. So there really hasn't, I mean, I don't have any critters to feed or take care of anymore. So I haven't really been doing much. So thanks for the info about the through hull. Okay. Bob from Rough Sea says he's donating his boat to someone to live aboard. I did hear he was donating his boat to somebody. He was giving his boat away to somebody in Puerto Rico. I don't know what the deal is there. He did say that today in his live stream. So I would add, when double clamping, place tighteners on either side of the hose. Placing both on the same side of the hose could cause crimping. Okay, so what Don B is talking about is, okay, let's say this is your hose, this is your through hole, and you put your hose over that. So you're going to put two clamps on, one here and one here. Don't put them both the same direction. Put one this way and one this way. Don, is that what you're saying? Am I understanding that correctly? You want them to oppose each other instead of them both being in the same direction? Because if you have them both the same direction, and what people do is they line them up, and so they can end up pinching and causing a bit of a ripple in the hose, and then water gets through that opening. Been there, done that. So, learn from my mistakes. Do you follow White Spot Pirate? Yes, Country Cruiser, I do. Very good. Opens popcorn. Oh, yeah, not going to happen. White Spot Pirate is excellent. Yes, White Spot Pirate is excellent. Okay, guys, we're already more than a half hour into this, so I want to get to my main topic, and the name of this video was full disclosure. And so I want people to understand exactly what I mean by full disclosure, okay? 8 years ago, I guess I'll start there. 8 years ago, I moved up to Alaska with my wife and daughter because my daughter's a dog musher. She got into sled dogs, and she wanted to move up here where she had better access to trails and better access to train her dogs and what have you. So at the time, I had a nice 5,000 square foot home sitting on 20 acres overlooking the Yellowstone River south of Livingston, north of Yellowstone National Park, that I built myself. It was a really nice house, okay? Very comfortable. So we packed everything up and we moved up here to Alaska. And guys, I'm going to try to keep this short. We moved up here to Alaska. Well, while we were here, I started selling real estate again, which I did while I lived in Montana, and I have when I lived in New York, and in Ohio, and in Florida, and in Washington, and. Okay. My wife and daughter decided that they wanted to start a farm. My wife was going down to the farm market and selling goat milk soaps because she wanted to have her goats, and so they started raising chickens, and we started raising pigs, and a whole bunch of critters, and we were butchering them and taking them down to the farm market. And the deal is that we were contract farming, they call it, okay? If you want us to raise a chicken for us, you would pay us $7.50 as a deposit up front. We would then buy the baby chick, set up the housing for the baby chick, feed and water and take care of the baby chick, and get it up to full size, to butcher weight. And then we would kill and process and pluck the baby chicken, or now full-grown 5-pound chicken, 6-pound chicken, and put it in a bag and have it ready for you fresh. You can either take them fresh or you can freeze them, whatever you want to do. We had a lot of people that were buying 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 chickens from us at a time. So the deal is, people paid us a deposit, we spent it. We went out and bought the chick, we bought the food, we had everything already laid out. We had a customer who had a large order, a $1,000 order, who called up one day and said, hey, I got to leave the state. I need to get my money back. And we told her, fine, we can do that, but we need to first find someone to buy her chickens because we didn't carry that much cash available to do that refund. Well, apparently she was freaking out about the fact that we had to sell her chickens to somebody else, and she filed a complaint with the farm market group in our area. It got out on social media, and we had a big run on all of our poultry. Everybody was canceling orders because they thought, you know, the way social media is now, where everybody piles on and jumps onto a situation. We tried to make people understand what was going on. Everybody started canceling. Not everybody. A lot of people started canceling orders. About 30 or 40 people started canceling orders. We could not refund everybody immediately, obviously. It took time to find that many customers to get them out. They filed a complaint with the state. I got a phone call from the state attorney general. Our real estate business here in Alaska got hammered as a result of that. We had a bad reputation because we were such bad guys. And that was one of the reasons why I had to relocate down to Florida, because I needed to do something to generate money. My income was real estate up here, and we had the farm operation going on. So I had to go down to Florida and kind of start over. I went down there, started over, got a real estate business going, started doing really well. And my wife ended up divorcing me through all the drama that was involved with that. Now, I could have said screw it, and I could have just stayed in Florida and continued working, but I knew I had customers up here that needed to get refunded, and I knew we had bills up here we had to take care of, and we had a mortgage payment on this property, and my daughter left. She was supposed to be staying here taking care of everything. She took off and went to London with her boyfriend, leaving the property here with no one here. So I returned here to clean up the mess and pay the bills. Now, that was couple years ago now, 2015, and during that time I have repaid everybody, paid off every bill we've had, and refunded everybody. Now, in the meantime, all those people got on all these different groups and organizations and whatever, and you know, there's all this negative stuff out there, and you know how it is. People put the negative stuff out, but they don't come back afterwards and say, oh yeah, he paid me, and take the negative stuff off. So there's still some of that negative stuff going on. Anyhow, that was the first step in where we had a problem. But I came back up here on my own, worked through the divorce, and paid off everybody that we owed as a result of the work I had done down in Florida and the work I was doing up here. Well, during that period, our real estate market up here in Alaska has kind of gone to crap. I found a buyer, as you guys know, I found a buyer who was buying the farm up here. She was working with me. I mean, this is back from May until last month when she finally bailed on that deal and decided not to buy the property. The problem is, and this is where I screwed up, and this is my mistake, and I put the blame on myself. Since I had the property sold, and literally the lady canceled the day before closing, I had been wrapping up my real estate business. I had not been taking new listings where people wanted to sell their property. The listings I did have, I had them move their listings over to other realtors. I got rid of my inventory. If you can imagine real estate kind of like a grocery store, all the cans on the shelves, I put other places and let them work with other people because I knew I was leaving and wasn't going to be here to service them. And it takes time to build up real estate business. Anyhow, she left and didn't buy the property. That put me in a real problem. I've been struggling like hell right now because not only did I not have the money from the sale, I didn't have any of my cash left over after the divorce and paying everybody off and paying all the bills. And now I have to rebuild the real estate business, which I still have all that negative stuff in the community out here floating around, which is hurting me. So I need to get the hell out of Alaska, okay? The real estate market here has gone to hell. I am trying my damnedest to sell my property here. I have it priced now at $26,000 below the market value. I am getting interest. Showed it last weekend. Some folks seemed like they were really interested, and nothing came as a result of that. But I'm really worried. I'm really worried. I'm probably not going to be able to sell this property for what I owe on it, and I don't do that. I pay my bills. I go to the nth degree. I may pay them late, but I go to the nth degree to make sure everybody gets paid, and so. Anyhow, so that's one of the reasons why I got into this problem. So I started the GoFundMe program because I was hoping, since a lot of people seem to be very supportive, I was hoping maybe I could raise the money to give me the fuel money to get down to Florida. There's a few things I have to do up here. I've got to get tags on my truck. I've got to get the dog into the vet and get some stuff done before I can leave the state, because I'm not going to try driving all the way to Florida with a truck that's tags have expired. And I can't drive into Canada without the dog getting her shots and her papers, as they won't let her in the state, and I'm not leaving her at the border. So there's certain things I have to get done ahead of time. I don't have the funds to do it right now, guys. I am in worse financial shape than I have ever been in my life. And so I started the GoFundMe. I also plan on using some of that money to buy a real crappy boat, like a $5,000 boat. I did find a guy who would take that as a down payment on a nicer boat. But still, I'm trying to figure out something like that to do. And that's what I'm using the money for. And I'm trying to disclose to everybody that that's what I'm trying to do. Apparently, some people got confused over that. And I just want to be very clear. And I want everybody to understand. So in the interest of full disclosure, I wanted to take a minute here, a couple minutes here, and explain what's going on. Now, if you want to unsubscribe or unfund, or you want a refund from your donation or whatever, let me know. And I'll get the money back to you. But that's exactly the situation that I'm in and what I'm trying to do. Smeggy, I have a dry cabin on 80 acres. There's nobody who's going to rent this. I'm in a very remote location up here in Alaska. Nobody's going to rent this. No, it's a dry cabin, okay? No plumbing. That's what a dry cabin means. No plumbing. I don't have a shower. I don't have a toilet, a flush toilet. I don't have running water in the cabin. And even if I did rent this, I would have to live someplace else. So if I'm renting this for, $200-300 a month, which is maybe what I could get if somebody wanted to rent it, I'd have to live someplace that it would cost a whole lot more to do that. So, rented as room for a chicken farm. Yes, unfortunately, it's not that easy to do. Home to 350 square feet with 3 people. Yes, Frenchie, that's exactly right. It's exactly. Actually, when we first moved here, okay, when we moved here, there was a really nice house on 5 acres, which I thought was going to be fine for us. But no, my wife and daughter wanted to have 80 acres so they have room for the dog yard and privacy, and neighbors wouldn't be complaining about dogs barking. And so we bought 80 acres of bare ground. Now, there was no cabin here. I built this cabin. There was nothing here when we bought the property. In fact, when we moved onto the property, which we did in December of 2015, with 2 feet of snow already on the ground, We lived in a 8 by, what was it, 8 by 20, I guess? 8 foot by 20 foot cargo trailer the first winter. You talk about cold. I had a 3,000 BTU propane heater mounted inside that camper, and I put some beer on the floor not 6 feet in front of that heater, and it froze overnight while we were sleeping and the bottles burst. That's cold. So anyhow, in full disclosure, guys, that's the deal. So I'm trying to do the GoFundMe to give me just enough money so I can get to Florida. Now, once I'm in Florida, I'll get my real estate license down there. I'll be much more successful with being able to earn. I'll be able to create and make the sailing genre footage that I'd like to start talking about and start doing, instead of just talking about I'm gonna do. I want to actually start doing it. And so that's why I started the GoFundMe. That's what I'm trying to do. I am no, I'm no gangster guy. I mean, come on. I'm living in a 16 by 16 dry cabin, unfinished, okay? There's my walls, plastic and insulation. I'm not living in some fancy home trying to rip people off. I am trying to get myself in a situation where I could be of more service to people. And if you don't believe my integrity and honesty in that, I don't know what else to tell you. So you can, I don't know, whatever. That's what I'm doing. So anyhow, that's going to be the end of the rant. I'm going to try to move on from here and just see where things go from here on. So with that, I'm going to try to read some of these. Home Place Journal. Then there were the outlaws. Oh yes, let's not talk about my outlaws. My wife's mother and her live-in husband, boyfriend, whatever, that I provided free housing to for 8 years and paid for them to move up here from actually from Ohio. I paid for them to move from Ohio to Montana, Montana to Alaska. After the divorce, I actually had to evict them. They couldn't figure out why I didn't want to continue giving them free housing. So gotta go. Philip, take care. I am sorry to bore you guys with all my political nonsense drama here, but I'm trying to whip this in one last time so people understand where I'm coming from and we can just move forward. So, going to secure a cheaper boat first before you head down. I'm trying to work out some kind of a deal sailing Dijon. I don't know if in fact I'm going to be able to do that. I plan on putting my mattress in the back of my Excursion and sleeping back there while I'm in the process of trying to find a boat. So, a Shannon, not the place or time. I don't know what a Shannon was. Do you support Donald Trump? I'm not even going to go into Trump. So, I'll say this. Do I support Donald Trump? Yes and no. Like anything else in life, there's always some good and some. So, dump Fizzy Edmund. Okay, dump Fizzy. Oh, you did already. Okay, good. Not boring. Thanks, Philip. Trolls, yep. Thank you, Sailing Dijon. This is a sailing channel. Yes, it is. It is a sailing, scuba diving, fishing channel. Thoughts on... Okay. Let's just be done with that. I don't know why Rhonda's not here. She's been ill, so Cheshire Canary hasn't been paying attention lately, and so whole shot, you've got a lot of work to do, man. I'm sorry to work you so hard. I'll try to jump in and help out here a little bit. So get the band hammer out. Fizzy must have one. Okay. Oh, I know you're trying, Andy. I know. I appreciate it. I probably should set up some more moderators, but anyhow, guys, so that's kind of the deal up here today. I am doing everything I can to get out of here. I did have a really good showing this past weekend. Not this weekend. Last Sunday, I had some people come down, and man, they were asking all the right questions and followed up during the week and wanted more documents from me. And so maybe they're interested, but I'm not holding my breath. So, okay, Shannon, we're not going to deal with hijack, so you're gone. Guys, another thing to you guys that have been my friends, my tolerance of trolls and people making stupid comments on my channel is now at this point, okay? Used to be at this point. I used to be pretty good, roll with it. People want to give me a hard time, insult me, whatever, roll with it. I'm over it, okay? You get on my channel and you say something stupid, you're banned. I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. I'm just banning. And believe me, I'm getting a very long list of people that I'm banning from my channel. So it's just the way things are going to happen. Yeah, Llama Master, you certainly called that right. There you go. Bye. Oh, have you considered going into the charter business? Seems like a lot of real estate, at least timeshares. Seems a lot. Doug, I don't have a captain's license, so if I tried doing that in the U.S., I would be outside the law, and so probably not. Now, if I got my captain's license, I might do that, but I don't know that I'm going to be in a kind of boat that people would want to pay to be on, especially initially. So now, if I sold a farm and I had some real money to buy a halfway decent boat, maybe. But we'll see. John Dolan, Dreamer, hope everything works out. I do too, man. I'm working hard trying to make it happen, so. Yes, PC guy, there are. Yeah, mahi-mahi, it's just one of the buttons when you go up on the side. It gives you an option to ban somebody. So, I mean, I try to be nice and give people a warning and that kind of stuff first, but sometimes people are just, you know, obvious that we're just going to ban them, so. Sailing Dijon, I certainly will let everybody know. Well, no. No, I'm not doing that because I actually had another property that I have listed for a client, and we got it in contract last week. And another one of these deals where we showed them the property, we went out and showed it to them again. They started scheduling us to go out there and have inspectors look at it, and we got a ton of documents, and the seller had to get other documents gathered up for them and ordered appraisals and all this kind of stuff, and then they canceled that purchase. So, yeah, a lawyer. So, so I had shared with some people that I thought I had a property sold and might have some money coming in, and that ended up falling apart. So, no, I'm not going to let anybody know until it's after the fact. I'm not telling anybody until it's after the fact. If you're astute and paying attention, you'll probably see a change in my demeanor a little bit, but I'm not confirming or denying any interest or any contracts on the property until it's a done deal. So, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. I took an interest in this channel because while I'm doing something totally different, it's still about chasing your dreams. Man, PC guy, I tell you, those dreams have been and are still continuing to be a real struggle to make them happen. Yes, when it's 100%, I will let everybody know. Oh, believe me, I'm going to be all over letting you guys know. I'll be bragging to hell and high water as I'm driving out of Alaska. You're gonna see it. I'm going to be doing a lot of it live. So, I'm losing weight on keto diet. You should try it. It's very healthy. Winging it, Tracy, I am losing weight. My diet's simple. Eat less, move more. Real simple diet plan. Eat less, move more. And I'm doing very well by it. I've also changed my diet considerably. Not a lot by choice, but by economics, I've had to change my diet. You know, my snacks now are carrots. And those are pretty cheap up here in Alaska. So, you do what's best for you, Grandpa. Well, thank you. How's Miss Lily enjoying the cold weather? Yeah, she's having a ball with it. She really is. But I hear you, we bought a 10 by 16 shed to use as an off-grid cabin. Well, I'm living in a 16 by 16 cabin for an off-grid, so. Hell, we will hear you whooping it all the way from Florida. Oh, you'll hear me scream once we get going. Coming down through Montana on your way to Florida. Yes, Kenneth, I will be coming down through Montana. Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Armco84. Appreciate it. My back problems are holding me back. Yeah, I can understand that. I'll be in Tampa in 2 weeks. Hurry up, we can have a beer. Oh, man, Outcast, I would love to do that. So, but anyhow, should anybody out there decide that they would like to help out, I'm going to put it up there again. I do have a GoFundMe page. I also have a Patreon page. There's even Super Chat here on YouTube, although they take a large percentage. I prefer you do the PayPal or the GoFundMe thing if you would. And PayPal is paypal.me.carlbrooke if you want to do that. But I would certainly appreciate it. All of that funds is going to be used 100% to fund my relocation, getting out of Alaska and getting down to Florida. So, and with that said, we've burned up another hour. Is there anything else anybody would like to discuss? Oh, and by the way, if you remember, if you did anything on PayPal, my GoFundMe, or Patreon, if you're a contributor to any of those, you'll be getting first notice and first opportunities to be crew on board the boat once I'm afloat. And not a pay, you know, you're not paying me to be on the boat. You might help with groceries maybe, but it's going to be, you know, thanks for what you did. Come on down, spend some time with Grandpa, and let's go do some fishing and swimming. So, I have a milogram to do in a week or so. I don't know what a milogram is. I'm sorry to hear that, PC guy. Grandpa, have you ever thought about a YouTube channel about editing software? No, but I'm not really good at my editing. If you've watched my videos, I'm not very good. I mean, I do edit, but I'm not great at it. You ever thought about getting a small power boat and doing charter fishing trips to rate? No. No, again, John Dolan, I would have to have a six-pack license, and I have to be on the boat, on the water for 6 months or a year before I can do that. So, take care, Don B. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Boat Drinks. I appreciate it. Girl, how's the truck running? Did you get everything dialed in on the truck? Are you talking to me? I'm not sure. And the answer then is no. Stop in Helena. Oh, I love Helena. Nice spot. Kenneth, I may do that. Yeah, Helena's a nice area. I used to live in Livingston. Actually, Paradise Valley, just south of Livingston. Do you think any of your grandkids will join you to go sailing? Pat Mac, hello, and I really hope so. I've been asking them to do that. I don't know. My oldest son's a bit of a butthead. So apparently he has real issues with me going sailing. He feels like I'm abandoning the family, you know, that kind of stuff. So, but yes, I really hope they do come down and spend some time on the boat. That's where they inject your back with dye. Oh, that sounds painful. How's the truck running? No, Maui Lay, I've not gotten the truck worked on yet. So then I can come sailing with you. Hey, Austin, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have you come sailing with me. Very painful. Oh, man, PC guy, I pray for you, man. That's not good. Delegates 24 and a week. You're just as entertaining. Well, thanks, Clint. I appreciate that. Armco 84, I'd really like to go to Marathon. That's kind of like Middle Keys. It'll be the most cost-effective place for me to locate. I had a real estate office there, and it allows me to work the full length of the Florida Keys, which is a really good real estate market. So that's kind of where I'm hoping to head to. So, talk about the travel will be like once you leave. Once I leave on the boat or once I leave Alaska? I'm not sure. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. Hey, Keith, how you doing? Catch you next time. Sailing John, you take care. Cool, I hope you get your grandkids out and have... Oh, man, I hope so, too. Nothing would be better than having my grandkids out on the boat, being able to teach them to go fishing and snorkeling and scuba diving and stuff. I'm really looking forward to that happening. I think that would be awesome. I don't think I would have a better day ever than having a day when I could take the grandkids out and teach them to do a little swimming and scuba diving and showing them all the critters under the water and stuff. I think that'd be just awesome, you know? So, been super busy here trying to rush to get the RV done so I can leave in November. Keith, that's awesome, man. I'm glad for you. Florida is 1/3 the distance to Ohio as Alaska is. Your son should appreciate that. Yes, Captain Who, actually, and his wife's father also lives down by Miami. So they have 2 reasons to come that area. So you think that would make it convenient for them. But what video format do you output to for YouTube? Oh, gosh, I haven't reset that in so long. I don't remember. I I don't know. If you could PM me, and I'll be happy to go over that with you. I'd have to change the program on my computer here to pull it up. I have all my parameters kind of set up, and so I just haven't watched that in a long time. I don't change it every time. It's just set in all my... I mean, I set it like a year and a half ago. So I don't remember the exact codec off the top of my mind. But if you message me, I can get that to you. Make a comment in one of my YouTube channels, videos, and I'll respond to that. Why Gold, you take care. What length boat do you hope to acquire? John, I'm hoping for something, I mean, ideally, I'd like something 36 feet or over. I have looked at a 33-footer. I'm a pretty big guy, so I'm hoping to get something at least that size. Thanks, Clint. Appreciate it. MP4. Yes. And yes, 1080p. Yes, I absolutely am uploading in 1080p. I use MP4, but I think it's a variant of that maybe. But that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know. I have to pull it up and look at it. Because I think I'm some sort of a variant of an MP4 format. I'm going to catch up with your streams or vids lately. So how is the selling of the property going up there? Keith, we're having people looking, but no success so far. 1 a.m. here, going to bed. Hey, Dave, you take care, man, and stay safe with that hurricane coming up there in Ireland. Considering your limited finances, are you still going to leave the cabin before the evils of winter visit? Boat drinks, I would love to, but at this point, without a lot more contributions coming into the GoFundMe program, I don't have even the gas money. Right now, I got enough gas in my truck to make it down to Wasilla, and then I'd be stuck. So I'm going to need to have more of that and that to get anywhere. Andy, thank you, sir. I appreciate the GoFundMe donation. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. You've always been a really good supportive friend, and I thank you for that. I buy insurance claim boats and repair and sell them. I don't have any sailboats now, but I'm sure I will shortly. Financial options are available. Hey, John, let's keep in contact, man. I'd love to talk to you about that. This is on my phone right now, and it is 1080p. But I usually shoot all my videos in either 1080p or 4K, but I dumb them down to 1080 for uploading. So there's that, I guess. Contempt what? I don't know what that means. It will be hard to sell the farm when the snow gets deep. Yes. Okay, J.K. Dolan at Yahoo. J.K.D.O.L.A.N. You know, John, I used to know a guy by the name of John Dolan. Where did you go to high school? If you don't mind sharing that. Because I used to know a John Dolan when I went to high school. I just don't remember if it was high school in Bahrain or if it was high school in New York. So, anyhow. Hey, I've been playing with the pen throughout this entire thing, and I've restricted clicking it. So, I've really been paying very close attention, trying not to click it. And Winging it Tracy, going back to your question, yes. Traditionally, up in my neighborhood, between now and the end of the year, there's usually only 1 or 2 or 3 properties that sell in the size that my property is. I will say I am the best deal on the market right now. I got onto the MLS and I looked at every property in the 50 to 80 foot size, or 50 to 80 acre size, and I priced myself underneath all of them. That's why I'm 26,000. That's why that specific number, I'm 26,000 below my appraised value, was trying to get myself underneath all of them. John Dolan, Cedar Springs, Michigan. Nope, not right. So, it's not right, sorry. Huh, oh well. I guess there's more than one John Dolan in the world. I just thought it'd be worthwhile. I don't do shoutouts. Is Contempt a channel? I don't know. Hey, David dear, how you doing? Grandpa's frame goes sailing. Sorry, I'm late. Am I framed now, David? Okay. What is a shout out? A shout out is what I do to channels, and I do shout outs for YouTube channels if they're in the sailing, fishing, scuba diving type genre. So seems like a common name, John Dolan. I guess it is. I guess it is. So anyhow. Well, guys, you can probably hear I'm getting a little hoarse from talking this much. I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug here unless somebody's got some specific question. We've killed a perfectly good hour, and the football game is going to start here in about 10 minutes. And for the time being, I still have satellite TV because I haven't figured out I haven't paid my bill yet. So they will. But in any event, we're going to go ahead and pull the plug and go on. And I'm just going to say, you know, if you guys can help out, if you're interested, you know, jump in on the GoFundMe. That would be awesome. If not, that's fine too. Certainly no requirement, and I don't hold it against anybody to not donate. It's absolutely voluntary. Everything I do on YouTube is free. So we'll just go from there. Hello, Contempt. There's your shout out. So you guys all take care, and we will see all you guys later. Be safe and take good care of everybody around you. So thanks, guys. Have a good night.